In a shocking twist that has fans at the edge of their seats, Green Bay Packers star Micah Parsons is reportedly a candidate to start the season on the physically unable to perform list. This news comes from a reputable source, and given Parsons' recent torn ACL and his critical role within the franchise, it raises significant concerns about the team's defensive lineup as they head into the new season. Fans, where are you watching from? Drop your thoughts in the comments below as we dive into this pressing matter. Losing Parsons to the PUP list would mean he misses at least the first 4 games of the season, and potentially more, complicating the Packers' plans for matchups against formidable opponents like the Bears in Week 5 and the Cowboys in Week 6. The impact of this is monumental. The Packers could find themselves relying heavily on just one proven veteran, Lucas Van Ness, to lead the edge rush. The depth chart currently includes Van Ness alongside second-year players Barron Sorrell and Colin Oliver, rookie 4th-round pick Danny Dennis-Sutton, and a host of less experienced players, each with a combined total of a mere 15.5 career sacks. When you consider Parsons was on track for 15 sacks last season alone, you can feel the despair creeping in for Packers fans. While the situation is dire, there's a glimmer of hope on the horizon. General Manager Brian Gutekunst has a wealth of options available in the market. High-profile players like Joey Bosa, Jadeveon Clowney, and Cameron Jordan are undoubtedly enticing, but one name stands out as a particularly astute fit for the Packers: Haason Reddick. His impressive track record includes 12.5 sacks with the Cardinals in 2020 and 11 sacks during his tenure with the Panthers in 2021. In 2022, while playing under Jonathan Gannon with the Eagles, Reddick reached new heights, being named a second-team All-Pro and finishing 4th in NFL Defensive Player of the Year voting with 16 sacks and 5 forced fumbles. However, the reality is that Reddick hasn't been as impactful recently, tallying just 1 sack in 10 games for the Jets in 2024 and 2.5 sacks in 13 games for the Buccaneers in 2025. While his best days may appear to be behind him, his familiarity with Gannon's defensive scheme could make him a valuable asset, filling the void left by Parsons. The Packers took a similar approach in the past when they signed linebacker Devondre Campbell during minicamp, and it paid off handsomely. Reddick has always viewed himself as a weapon of mass destruction on the field, expressing confidence in his unique skill set that enables him to play various roles outside of just rushing the passer. Gannon, in his own words, emphasized Reddick's intelligence and versatility, making him a critical piece in any defensive strategy. These qualities might be exactly what the Packers need, especially considering the potential for Parsons' absence. Without Parsons, the pressure on the remaining edge rushers intensifies. Reddick's recent statistics may not be stellar, but he's still ranked a commendable 54th out of 110 edge defenders in pass rush win rate last season. Comparatively, Van Ness performed better in fewer opportunities, suggesting that the Packers might be able to find a way to utilize Reddick effectively, even if he's not the elite player he once was. At 240 pounds, Reddick possesses a physical skill set similar to that of Oliver, aligning with the Packers' strategic vision for their edge rushers. If Gutekunst is dissatisfied with the development of the young trio of Sorrell, Oliver, and Dennis Sutton during OTAs, bringing Reddick into the fold could represent a blend of production, versatility, and mentorship that this team desperately needs. As Buccaneers GM Jason Licht noted last year, Reddick is a player with something to prove, eager to lead and inspire the younger players around him. If the Packers can secure his talents, they may not only address their immediate concerns, but also cultivate a stronger defensive foundation for seasons to come. And with that, we transition to the next topic that's stirring the waters in Green Bay, as decisions loom large and the stakes continue to rise. Let's take a closer look at what's on the horizon for the Packers.
As OTAs approach, the Green Bay Packers offensive linemen are gearing up for a crucial period of development, even if they won't be blocking anyone just yet. This month will be pivotal for a unit that faced significant struggles last season, and offensive line coach Luke Butkus is emphasizing the importance of returning to fundamentals. Butkus stated, "I think with offensive line play, it's about the fundamentals of blocking people. To get better, the only way I know how is to go back to fundamentals, your technique, pad level, playing with leverage." His words resonate strongly, especially in a league where foundational skills can dictate the success or failure of a game. As we dive into this segment, I want you to comment on where you're watching from and your thoughts on how the offensive line can improve this season. Looking at the roster, let's break down the key players on the line who will be under the microscope during OTAs. Starting with left tackle Jordan Morgan, a first-round pick from the 2024 draft, he steps into a significant role following the departure of Rashid Walker. Morgan's experience at left tackle is limited. He's played just one game in the position at the NFL level. With a mixed bag of opinions from analysts about his potential, the question remains, does he have what it takes to protect Jordan Love's blind side effectively? Next, we have left guard Aaron Banks, who was given a hefty 4-year, $77 million deal last offseason. His performance in 14 starts was mediocre at best, and with a $9.5 million roster bonus looming, the pressure is on for him to elevate his game. Center Sean Ryan is another critical piece, having started the latter part of last season after Elgton Jenkins went down with an injury. His ability to master the center position during this offseason will be critical, as he's been rewarded with a contract that positions him as one of the top earners at his position. But can he rise to the occasion and solidify his standing? Then there's right guard Anthony Belton, who finally found his footing after a tumultuous year of being shuffled around the line. He needs to continue pushing himself during OTAs to establish himself as a consistent presence on the line. And let's not overlook Zach Tom, the best blocker on the team last season, whose unfortunate knee injury caused him to miss significant time. If he can return to form and stay healthy, he will certainly be a game changer. The depth chart is filled with intriguing names like Jacob Monk and Jaeger Burton, both of whom are vying for backup roles at center and guard. Monk showed promise in limited action, while Burton, a versatile fifth-round pick, brings unique skills to the table, including ambidexterity in snapping and throwing. That's a valuable trait in a league where adaptability can be the difference between winning and losing. It's clear that while the starting five appears to be set, there's still a fierce competition bubbling beneath the surface. Offensive coordinator Adam Stenovich has indicated that the players in backup positions need to push hard for starting spots, which can only benefit the team in the long run. This is about building depth and ensuring that when called upon, every lineman can step up to the challenge. As OTAs unfold, all eyes will be on how these players perform in practice. If Morgan can establish himself at left tackle and the rest of the line can solidify their positions, the Packers could have a much improved offensive front. However, if they struggle, it could spell trouble for a team looking to make a serious run this season. The stakes are high, and the pressure is on these linemen to rise to the occasion. That's the lay of the land for the offensive line heading into OTAs. Now, let's keep the momentum going and shift our focus to the next segment, where we'll dive into another critical aspect of the team's preparations.
In a surprising yet promising move, Green Bay Packers tight end Tucker Kraft is receiving mentorship from none other than Hall of Famer Joe Thomas, a name synonymous with offensive line excellence. As Kraft works his way back from a torn ACL, this collaboration could prove pivotal for his development as the Packers gear up for a crucial 2026 season. Where are you watching from? And what's your take on this exciting mentorship? Don't hold back. Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. Kraft, who displayed significant growth prior to his injury, has the opportunity to elevate his game to new heights with Thomas at his side. A 10-time Pro Bowler and widely regarded as one of the best technical linemen in NFL history, Thomas has been on the practice field with Kraft, focusing on the essential elements of blocking technique. Footwork, leverage, hand placement, and the intricate details that differentiate a good player from a truly great one. This is invaluable knowledge that few players in the league can provide, and Kraft is in the unique position of learning directly from one of the best. Kraft's willingness to block has always been commendable, but under Thomas's tutelage, he could truly transform into a complete tight end. The knowledge and insights gained from Thomas will not only refine Kraft's blocking, but also help rebuild his confidence, a crucial factor for any player recovering from a significant injury. Reports from Green Bay indicate that Kraft is making strides in his recovery and is expected to be ready to participate fully in training camp. This mentorship is an integral part of his rehabilitation process, ensuring that he sharpens his skills and prepares to contribute effectively to the team. Before his injury, Kraft was quickly becoming one of Jordan Love's most trustworthy targets. His physicality, ability to gain yards after the catch, and versatility set him up to be a breakout player. Now, with Thomas helping him hone his blocking skills, Kraft is positioning himself not just to return, but to come back even stronger. It's a strategic move that could pay dividends for the Packers as they look to solidify their offensive identity. The Packers' offense thrives when their tight ends can do it all, block, catch, move, and create mismatches against defenders. With Kraft and Luke Musgrave forming what appears to be one of the most promising young tight end duos in the league, the infusion of Thomas's expertise into their development is sure to fortify that foundation. If Kraft can enhance his performance in both the run game and pass protection, it will unlock greater flexibility within Matt LaFleur's offensive scheme. This, in turn, provides Jordan Love with yet another reliable weapon in an offense that is still building its identity. Kraft's work with Joe Thomas might not be generating the flashiest headlines, but it is precisely these behind-the-scenes efforts that can turn young players into long-term stars. For the Green Bay Packers, this is a definitive sign that their young core is dedicated to maximizing its potential. As fans, we need to keep our eyes on this developing story. Their commitment to growth and success is what makes us proud supporters of this franchise. As we wrap up this segment, keep an eye on Kraft's progress and the impact of Thomas's mentorship as we head into the offseason. What are your predictions for Kraft's role in the upcoming season? Make sure to drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more in-depth analysis on our beloved Green Bay Packers.